Hi, a pleasant good evening to one and all, and welcome to our program Hardfacts with yours truly, Imam Rashid Karim. That is aired Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Time to be disclosed very, very soon. Right now, we are working, my team and I, we are working on strategic timing so that many persons, many individuals who would like to come on board our show, Hardfacts, would have that opportunity to be here with us. So my friends, again, those of you who are locked on, maybe you can like, share, and subscribe to this channel, this YouTube channel, where we highlight facts and not fictions, where we highlight atrocities that is oppressive to the citizenry of our country when it comes to politics, when it comes to crime, and when it comes to natural disaster. Just to give you, a fair share of what I'm speaking about as I hold on and wait a bit while the momentum is building at this point in time. I know for a fact some of you might say, Imam, the timing is a bit bad. But again, my friends, no timing is bad, because you and I know for a fact that there are people who are home and they are looking to find out, they want information, they want to get information on what is taking place in this country of Trinidad and Tobago, especially when it comes to crime and politics. Last week on our show, I mentioned to you all that a lot of people are calling on the political leader of the United National Congress to vacate her position. And I made it abundantly clear, and I said it without any reservation. I mentioned to the public out there, those people who feel that the party must change their leadership to win the local upcoming election or the next general election. I invited many people to come on board. And many people, they mentioned to me that they would like to come on board, but they are waiting. And you know what they are waiting for, my friends? They are on the fence, to put it that way. They are on the fence. They are waiting on what I don't know. If you have a problem, that's the reason why today I want to, really and truly let the public know that Gary Griffith and Philip Alexander, those guys are serious about the country. And they are serious about what is taking place in our country. They are not calling for a leadership change, but they are calling for a total revamp of the political system of Trinidad and Tobago. And they are putting their money where their mouth is. And they are investing on the political future of this country by forming those political entities that they have formed. I wouldn't say party, but I'll say the political entities that they have formed. And if I tell you all something, my friends, if both gentlemen would come together, they will take a fair share of the votes. But the question begs to be asked, will that be enough to put them in government? And my answer from the past, and I tell you all something, my friends, it would really and truly take a tidal wave movement, really and truly, to change the heart of some of those people who are really and truly members of the voting public of Trinidad and Tobago. Okay? But again, I would like to say hats off to Gary Griffith and hats off to Philip Alexander. And I said it again, those people who would like to see some changes, stop calling on the political leader of the United National Congress to resign. Or stop calling on the political leader of the United National Congress to vacate a position. And do what? Vacate that position and leave it for whom? Leave it for people who are thinking about what? They are thinking about just getting the throne, sitting on the throne, and just, doing the same that they think going to be successful by doing the same old, and expect to get changes. My friends, we have to be real. Huh? And that's the reason why today our program Hardfacts is on. And those of you who are home and you have issues, I've just given you an extended invitation, and I'm going to continue doing that for you all. The number to reach me in studio is 740-3347. Right? Call me, and let's be real. Let's be real. It doesn't make sense you call this station and you malign the character of an individual. Let's talk about facts. If the councillor of the area is not performing, let's highlight how that person, because again, you can't remove the councillor now unless and until the local government election is called, right? So at this present time, we have to work with what we have. And if you can identify some of the problems that you are faced with, and you can identify, or maybe you can give some remedial solutions to those problems, again, my friends, that will go a long way. Right? That is going to go a long way. I am seeing again and again and again, many people, right? And this is real. This is real hard facts. When you feel that you are trying to, bring down a leader, you are trying to bring down a leader, especially when it comes to the United National Congress. You are trying to bring down that leader, okay? And you are using the strategy of demonstrating maybe certain behavioral pattern that maybe the person possessed in the past. And you are trying to demonstrate those behavioral patterns now to change the mind and the hearts of people. Maybe you can do that. But then again, look at the big picture. You are trying to be patriotic. Yes, you want the United National Congress political leader to resign or vacate her position, and you are claiming that she is redundant, and you are claiming so many different things. You are claiming that. But then again, you are trying to debunk the UNC by doing what? By exposing falseness or falsehood. You know what you are doing, my friends? What you are doing there is really and truly, you are debasing the entire party itself. The framework of the party and the structure of the party, you are destroying that and you don't know this. Many of you, I tell you this, many of those people who are doing those things on Facebook and all those social media networks, when you try to bring down a leader, what you are doing, the adverse reaction and the reaction of it is that you are bringing down your party. You are destroying the United National Congress. And is that what you want? Are you going to destroy the party and then try to build the party? What nonsense is that? That's the reason why I'm saying here today. That's the reason why I ask you all, those of you who are serious about changes in our country. I said this, that if you have a grouse or you have something to say or you have facts to bring forward, and I said the only facts that you can bring forward is maybe that pertaining to the election process and so forth. But then again, you and I, my friends, those of you who are locked on, you have to realize that when you debunk and you try to identify so many anomalies or so many challenges that the United National Congress went through in the past, what you are doing, you are destroying the framework and the foundation of the United National Congress. I want you all to listen very, very carefully, because some of you who are doing these things have never walked the streets. You have never traversed the pathways. I tell you all something, and I am going to tell you all this loud and clear. Maybe I am not active again in the United National Congress as I was in the past. I am not active as I was in the past, but again, the political structure of the party is this. That is a party that has done many, many good things for this country, Trinidad and Tobago, under the leadership of Kamala Prasad Bisesa. It has done a lot of good things. So again, I tell you all, those of you who have not walked the streets, those of you who have not traversed the pathways, and you are hiding behind social media, and you are talking about debunking and all these things, I tell you all something. Let us get facts straight here. You want the political leader to vacate her position. You want the political leader to leave the United National Congress. You come out open and say, who do you want and who can take that challenge and who can take the mantle of leadership? When we come back, my dear friends, my dear brothers and my dear sisters, and those of you who are locked on, and those activists who have been thrown on the wayside, on both levels of defense, both sides of the fence, under the banner of the People National Movement, and also the United National Congress, those strong activists who have been cast away, who have been thrown to the garbage because maybe the party feel or the leadership of the party or the structure of the party, the upper floor of the party thinks that we don't need you anymore. Or maybe, and in my case, I tell you all, maybe a threat in the sense that I speak the truth. I speak the truth. I call it as it is. I call a spade, and I call a shovel. So my friends, when I come back, I'm going to give you some hints for those people who do not know who is a leader and who is a follower. We're going to take a break, and when I come back, those of you who are locked on, get your phones ready and call 740-3347. That's the number to interact with me in studio live. This is a live program, my friends. And again, we are talking issues that is relevant to building our country and the status of our country. Stay tuned as we take a break. Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back to our program, Hardfacts, on Sentinel Media Broadcasting. We are live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. As I mentioned before, sometimes the time will be you'll be notified according to the relevancy of the program, where we might be on a live set, or where we might be on the roadways and the byways and the highways, letting you know of things that is happening at this present time. Hardfacts, my friends, is a program that is designed and geared not to malign the character of anyone, but to identify via reality and facts, letting people know for a fact that if you have leaders who have taken up the mantle of leadership and they are in position of relevancy for the betterment of Trinidad and Tobago, and they are not performing and they are not doing their jobs, let us help. I have seen many talk shows criticizing and bringing down and trying to debase a lot of people via their non-performance, right? And we are here to assist. So those of you who have, maybe you have some suggestion that you want to give your counselor for the area, maybe you have some suggestion or you have some solution to many of the traffic woes that is in central Trinidad as well as other parts of the country, and you want to identify them, you want to highlight them, feel free to call me at 740-3347. That is the number to reach me live, where we're going to have one-on-one dialogue. Okay? Now, my friends, again, as I told you after we went on that break there, I'm saying this over and over for you all so that you would understand clearly what this program is all about. This is a program that is now budding, and I'm sure, my friends, that this program is going to reach places because, number one, we are not here only to talk and talk in the wilderness. We are here to speak out, to bring justice, and to let people know the truth and facts. We have a caller on the line. Caller, go ahead. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, good afternoon.
Maybe if your TV is on, maybe you can slow it down a bit and speak freely. Go ahead.
No, I'm just on the phone.
Okay,
go right. Again, good afternoon. I'm Rashid Karim.
Good afternoon, my friend.
Are you hearing me clearly?
Yeah, we're hearing you. I'm hearing you for sure.
Okay. The rainy season is approaching now. The residents of Upper Ashraf Road, that's right in front of the village, the ones in the east-west direction to the river, hasn't been cleaned by the World Corporation for years now. Stagnated water isn't that great. Cayman, Tenerife, Scorpion, also a health hazard. Repeated calls to the Tower Water Corporation, to the council of the area, Ali. And letters have been written many, many occasions. Up to this date, is yes, no, as I said, nothing has been done. Nothing has been done. So I would like to highlight that. Also, on the topic of the leadership of the UNC, wherever, I don't know the people close to the leader, what they are saying to her. Wherever you go in this country, people are voicing their dissatisfaction, their disgust on the leadership of the United National Congress. Right? That is the talk on the ground. So I don't know what is really happening. Right? And I am expressing the same sentiment also. The UNC is stagnated presently. Only Monday Night Forum, nothing else. How many people listen to the Monday Night Forum? How many people listen to Radio Jagrati? I hope we are not stealing defeat from the jaws of victory as we did in the last general election. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller. So again, those of you who are listening, especially the councillor for the area, that is in the constituency of Upper Ashraf Road in Charleville, please activate yourself and try your utmost best to meet with the residents of that area, because I don't want, when that time comes and you go across there appealing for votes, and those people would maybe do what had happened in Bitam. You all know what had happened in Bitam with a certain individual. So my friends, again, those of you who would like to call me in studio, the number here is 740-3347. A short while ago, there was a clip that was sent to us, a short while ago. I think it is maybe a couple of minutes ago. And a gentleman was claiming that rain fell just about maybe 5 to 8 minutes, and he is totally flooded out. That's the video, that's the clip there. So again, my friends, again, those of you who are locked on, you can call me if that very sad thing is happening in your area. And this is live. This is not no last year flooding. This is a flooding that occurred within the period of 15 minutes and down. 15 to 20 minutes ago. This rain only fell in this locality area. Sorry, I didn't got the area. The area for this is, I think, most likely, I think it is in Caroni. In Caroni, but from the information I got and the information that our MP Dinesh Rambali has been doing a lot of, not promoting, but again, a lot of identifying of the atrocities and the hardship that is taking place in Lapai village, Caroni, Frederick settlement, and those areas that is adjacent to the river, where the river bank flows whenever rain falls, maybe at a tiny bit. All right, so my friends, those of you who are locked on, that is what has transpired within maybe the period of half an hour ago. And the gentleman is saying that his wife, and this is the hardship that people have to face, right? This gentleman is claiming that his wife did a surgery and the washroom facilities are at the back. So just imagine the hardship that individual and the trials and tribulation that individual will have to be challenged with to use the washroom facilities. Okay? And many of you might think, hey, but this person could have, built the washroom inside the house. But then again, who is giving him the money? Where is that individual going to get the dollars, the dinero, the monies to facilitate those construction? Again, my friends, 740-3347, that's the number you can call me. Now, I want to talk about leadership, and I have seen that many people take up the mantle of leadership and they do not understand, firstly, what is the prerequisite of being a leader. A leader, my friends, is a person, is an individual who, first and foremost, he's a good follower. That's a leader. A leader is a good follower. And why that is so, my dear friends, my dear brothers and sisters, and those who are locked on this channel, this YouTube channel, why it is that, this philosopher mentioned that a good leader is a good follower. Why? And the answer is very, very clear. Because every follower has the aspiration of becoming a good leader or becoming a leader in the very near future. That's the reason why it is like going up a step. There's different treaders. There's different pathway. There's different steps that you take. You can't go up on the 3rd or the 5th floor, on the 5th treader up there and expect to understand what is taking place on the bottom treader. And I think a lot of people, that's the reason why I said today a lot of people have godfathers when it comes to the political context in Trinidad and Tobago and the countenance of politics in Trinidad and Tobago. You know somebody and you become a councillor tomorrow. You know somebody and you become an MP or a senator tomorrow. You know somebody and you become an older man or older woman tomorrow. Why? Because you have a godfather in the political foray. So my friends, you have to be very, very careful. If you are a leader, you have to be a person who have courage. You must be courageous. Right? You must understand this. That if you are wrong, you must admit that you are wrong. If you are right, you must stand your ground and make sure that your voice be heard, and don't be silent or don't be bought out. Somebody give you something and they buy you out wholeheartedly, and you just, one moment you are ferocious like a lion, and then the next time, maybe a month after, a week after, the same case is there, but you are silent like a lamb. That is simply because in the first instance, you didn't stand your ground and you didn't understand what you were vying or what you were fighting for, my friends. Okay, so you have to be very, very careful. Those of you who are vying and you want to be leaders and you want to be future leaders of Trinidad and Tobago, you must have these qualities. You must develop these qualities and you must understand that number one quality, you must be a courageous person. You must not be able to back down because somebody telling you something. Unless you back down, yes. You back down when people have facts and they prove you wrong or they prove you right. You must back down or you must change your stand because of that. So my friends, again, the number to call me in studio is 740-3347. For the last program that we had a lot of problems with the phone line. And we did correct that. I'm sure we did correct that. And again, what we are seeing here now is that many people are trying to call us. Please, again, try us, because I could understand clearly what is taking place. 2 persons calling the same number at the same time, and it is just bouncing back. So take your time, call us 740-3347. Don't be afraid. We are here to talk hard facts. You have a situation in your community, you have a problem with crime, you have a problem with certain issues that are taking place, and you are not really and truly satisfied with the representation that you are having, call us. This is your station, this is your channel, and this is your program. I am here only to moderate for you, 740-3347. This is Hard Facts. Again, my brothers and sisters, you have to believe this. You have to believe this. If you want to be a good leader, I want to ask you something. What is your credential? What is your credential? Are you an educated person? Are you a person who possesses degrees and so forth? Are those things that is going to make you a leader? Are those qualifications going to make you a leader? And simple things like courage, simple things like kindness, simple things like understanding and believing in yourself, simple thing like that. You don't have it, but you want to be a leader. My friends, my brothers and sisters, again, you have to understand this. A lot of things is happening in this country, and the reason that it is happening is because you are remaining silent. You are remaining silent. Let's take a call. Caller? Go ahead, caller.
Hi, good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we are hearing you. Go ahead.
Yes, Imam Rashid, concerning the road, the condition of the road at Upper Ashraf Road. I am calling on the Shogunasborough Corporation very politely, gently, to do some road restoration. There are huge potholes in that road. It will become impassable as soon as the rain begins to fall. Also, probably a month and a half ago, there was a crime symposium at the Felicity Hindu School, where the Shogunas police and the community and the member of parliament of Shogunas West, Mr. Rambali, and others. An appeal was made to have what you call patrols in our area here. And it was noted down. Since then, we have not had any police patrol, night or day, in this area. I would like to say, Imam, that people are very, very scared. People, day and night, people are very, very scared to come out of their homes because of the escalating crime situation. So I am gently calling on Shogunate Police to implement some patrols in and around Charleville, inclusive of Upper Ashford Road. Thank you very much, and great programming.
Okay, thank you again, caller. Again, pertaining to the Shogunas police and all the police around Trinidad and Tobago, really and truly, the police cannot be everywhere at the same time. But again, when a crime occurs, at least they should respond as fast or as rapid as possible. That is something that is a call that has been made by citizenry of this country. Everybody is asking the same question. And you know what? I have been seeing this, I've been hearing this. I've been an activist, and I am an activist for a very, very long time. And many times, something happened, a crime happened, or a spate of crime happened in the community of Felicity, Charleville, Caroni Savannah Road, adjacent Central, wherever. You would find that the police presence would be there maybe for 2 days or 3 days, maximum 3 days. And then what will happen, my friends? What will happen? You will realize that it is dormant again until another crime happens. So, my friends, it is really and truly important that you, the people of your community, the persons, individuals, sports group, religious group, and all those activists in your community, write your member of parliament. That's the first step, because telling the councillors and having dialogue with councillors really and truly doesn't make sense. Because in the beginning, I tell you all something, some of these councillors that is elected, they fail to realize what is their portfolio. They fail to understand what is their portfolio. And you see, that is something that people have to speak about. You would find them, yes, you would find them maybe giving out a hamper, maybe giving out a gift for Christmas or something like that. But really and truly, is that the responsibility of the councillors of your area? Yes, nobody say no, do it. But fulfill your mandate. Your mandate is works and infrastructure. Your mandate is to take care of the situations that is prevailing in your communities when it comes to crime, when it comes to the community receiving better health conditions. For example, if there's bad drainage, your responsibility, that's your responsibility to assist the community and to be as best to your burgesses as the dollars and cents can afford you. This is why, I remember this clearly, and I'm calling here on Rohan Sinanan, Minister of Works and Infrastructure. There was a time, and many people would know this, there was a time in our communities, there would have been a tractor with some material on the tray of that tractor, with some bitumen, and they would have, the other day, they would have a steamroller coming in the area that they work. And that did really and truly did a wonderful, scenario when it comes to corrective remedial work, especially on those small potholes. Now what is happening, what I have seen happening is that the councillors of the day, like, they don't drive in these areas where there's potholes. They don't drive that area. I have a councillor in my area. I have not seen him. I have not seen that councillor for many, many moons. I tried calling on many occasions. Invitation went out to him, but we are not important to him. We are not important to that councillor, especially the Islamic community of Felicity and adjacent communities. I brought it up to John Public, and I know some of you might be angry. You might get vexed with me and say that the Imam is bashing, and the Imam is bashing. The Imam is not bashing because he wants to bash him, or the Imam is not doing anything contradicting what the Imam is supposed to be doing here today. I have highlighted, I have dialogue on my Facebook, in my messenger. I have message from about a year and a half. And every time is we didn't have material, and we didn't have this, and we didn't have that, and we didn't have the next. And that is it there. I spoke to the both councillors for the area, and that is the response that they gave me. We don't have material, we don't have material. And you know something? They are paving roads that nobody using. They are paving roads, and I'm telling you, I have evidence. This is hard facts. I can take you Whoever wants to challenge me, call me 740-3347. And don't ever feel that, I am doing this for any name or any fame. I'm not doing it for that. I'm not doing it to be elevated to any status or any position. I am doing this to identify the atrocities. You all taking leadership position and you're not fulfilling the rights of it. Vacate your position. Don't contest for no other election again. Remove yourself because you have not performed. When was the last time you walked to the different streets? I remember the last councillor for the area, and this is this is one of the initiatives of mine that I told the councillor, say, here whatever you do, record it and give the people, if you did for maybe a project that benefited 20 homes, let them sign a register, let them sign a receipt for receiving that. Because what happens is normally people kind of have poor memories. They forget your kindness very, very fast, or they forget your work very, very fast. They look at one of the things that you did wrong and they condemn your 99 good deeds and your good actions. You understand? I'm not here to bash no Faik. I'm not here to bash no Wendy. I'm not here to bash no counselor. I'm speaking the truth. Call me and tell me if I'm speaking a lie. We have communicated you on many occasions pertaining to Greenwich Road. We have communicated with you concerning Kakandi Road. Here we have a brother just calling here, a person just called, a caller just called and said that the river have not been dredged for many, many years. That the roads have become dilapidated. Why? Why? If, I tell you all something, if I was the councillor for your area, let me just give you a hint how to operate if your councillors do not know what to do. If the councillors do not know how to approach that position that they hold right now, what you have to do is communicate with the burgesses. The residents of the area will help you. The residents of the area will help you, my friends, my councillor friends, those of you who are locked on, those of you who are watching this. If you communicate with the burgesses of your area, they are going to help you. Not only to help you when it comes to hampers and when it comes to, getting Christmas gifts and all those things. I tell you all something. The Islamic community in this country, they get nothing or minute or the smallest gifts come to the Islamic community. When Eid time comes, everybody forget it is Eid. There's no program at all. But again, that's not the issue. That's not the issue. We don't want any gift. If you want to give something, because you're supposed to do that, you're supposed to be equivalent when it comes to everything. You're supposed to be a person of equity. But again, my friends, I'm going to take a break, and when I come back, call me on this number, 740-3347. Call that number, and we're going to discuss. I'm going to tell you how a councillor who say that he doesn't have monies, how they can rectify and how they can do work so that people will love you and people will want you to represent them next term coming. Stay tuned as I take a break. Welcome back, my dear friends. Welcome back to our program, Hardfacts. That is aired Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. As I mentioned earlier, the time would be, maybe adjusted to suit the situations. For example, If there is a natural disaster or there's any certain actions that are taking place in the community and you all warrant our presence, all you need to do is call us and we're going to visit with you and we're going to highlight and we're going to show John public what is taking place in our country when it comes to crime, when it comes to natural disasters, when it comes to politics of the day. You understand? As I close, I want to just let you all know this is our last segment of our program here today. And I'm going to wind up and maybe explain to you all what has transpired for those of you who have maybe now joined in our program. I started speaking about the political aspirations of many. I told you all last week in our program that many people are calling for Kamla Prasad Bisesa to resign as political leader of the United National Congress. And I gave that alarming invitation. I told persons who have proof, evidence, who have facts, and you want to come on the show and identify and highlight why the United National Congress political leader should resign. And then I even told you all so much so that if you want to be leader of a party, or you want to be leader of any party as a matter of fact, do like Gary Griffith, do like Philip Alexander. And let me tell you all something, those fellas is making a dent in politics whether you like it or not. If those two gentlemen will come together, and maybe I will join them, or somebody else like myself and a few people will join them, we can take a vast number of voters who really and truly have the country at heart when it comes to politics and changing the political scenario of our country, Trinidad and Tobago. My friends, those of you again, I want to ask you all, share this video, like this video, and subscribe to our new channel, Sentinel Media Broadcasting. Before I go on the break, I told you about those persons who, especially I'm dealing with this segment with the counselors, right? Many of you, and I know for a fact, I even went up as a counselor. And I tell you all something, in the whole of central Trinidad, I was the only man who won his deposit back. That clearly indicated that I have gotten more than 1/3 of the votes. And I was able to convince at least 1/3 of the voters in my area, my Burgess, that you need to change. But then again, you know, I had to fight with some big horses in the ring. And lo and behold, the people really and truly went for party and not individual, right? They went for party and not individual. So that is enough horn blowing for me at this point. Let me just tell the councillors of the area what you have to do. You don't have any monies, right? You are claiming that you don't have any material, you don't have any monies to do any work. Then what is it that you are doing there? Why it is that you are sitting there doing nothing? You go to the public, go to your burgesses and sit with them and let them know the truth, let them know what is going on. But the government of the day, which is the PNM government, the central government, is giving you allocations. But you are staying quiet and claiming that you are not getting finance from the government. The government is giving you all finance, but you are using your finance for your own whims and your own fancies and doing what you want with it. And you're not having discussion with the community and the burgesses of the area. That is your major problem. And secondly, I want you all to know this. Secondly, if you go to the public, your burgesses, and explain to them what is going on, they are going to support you. They are going to come out with you and they are going to rally with you. That's the reason why a good leader is a person who thinks about his team. He doesn't study himself, you know, I am running this race, you know, and I want to be the first man to cross the finishing line. And then, you know, I want to be the best leader because I crossed the finishing line first. You know something? The best leader is that one who, when a person stumbles before the finishing line, he stops and he assists that person and he brings them to cross the finish line with him. That is what we call leadership, and that is not what we are seeing today. Everybody is criticizing everybody. Why? Not for the real reason. Not because it's the truth. They are criticizing people because, you know what, they want to look good. They want to make that person look bad so that they could look good. My friends, my brothers and sisters, we have to be really and truly, we have to be people, leaders who believe in themselves. Some of the leaders that we have, they don't even believe in their own self. They believe in what people say and what other people do. They don't believe in their own actions. And last but not least, my friends, be kind. As a leader, be kind. Always remember where you were. Never neglect the bridge that you cross. Because one day you're going to cross that. You're going to need to cross that very said bridge. But a lot of leaders today, you know, what happened? They have their heads high. Excuse. Yeah, they have their heads high up in the sky, beyond the clouds, and they can't see the ground. They can't see where they're walking. And that is the reason why today they walk on mess. And that's the reason why they are failing, because their head is above the clouds. My friends, those of you who are locked on, this is a program that is here to stay. This is a reality program. This is a program with hard facts. And I'm calling on you again, those of you who are locked on, those of you who would like to be a part of this program as a co-host. Call me 740-3347. If you would like to be a part of the program as a guest, highlighting some of the atrocities, or you have information that you would like me to share to the general public what is taking place. And last week I spoke about time bandits. That is, the time bandits are those people who take up jobs and they don't fulfill the mandate of it. You know, you're working in a government office, you visit with 5 people, and then you know something. Let me just tell you all something. I could talk whole day. I could talk from now till tonight, because you know what happened? I'm real. I'm real. There are some people, those of you who are people who are working outside there, why it is that you don't take your breakfast at home? Huh? Why? Why it is that you take breakfast 9:30 in the morning when you pick up work at 8 o'clock? Your job is from 8 to 4 or 7 to 3. Why it is that you take breakfast 9:30 and 10? That is why I classify it as time bandits. You are stealing time from your work unless your job stipulates that you have those amount of time for your freeness, for your breakfast or what have you, for your lunch or what have you. Right? You have to be very, very mindful of these things. Try to assist as much as possible. If you are a hospital worker, you are a borough worker, you are a government worker, wherever you are a policeman, you are in the protective service, you are a fireman, whatever position that you hold, if you are a person who are not fulfilling the mandates of your responsibility and you're not doing your job, you are not fulfilling the rights of your job, then you are a time bandit. You are stealing time. You are stealing from the cuffs of the government of the day. So my friends, I do hope and pray that God Almighty bless you all and keep you all safe, because in these times that we are living, a man could be home. He could be home now, and I tell you all something, in just mere minutes, that person is nowhere around, simply because there are people who are lurking, there are people who are watching, and they are really and truly targeting those persons who are ambitious and hardworking people of our society. They're not going in the corners and rub somebody in the corner just so. They are waiting for people who are really and truly hard-working people of our country, who are trying to build our nation, and they are coming after you. So you are prime targets. Be very careful. Watch your back, watch your front, watch your sides, and make sure that the coast is clear, and make sure, my friends, that you are safe. That is really and truly most important. So again, I am your host, Imam Rashid Karim, calling on you. If you have a situation, you have a problem, you can WhatsApp all your information to 740-3347. You can call me at 740-3347, and let's discuss issues that is most relevant for our Wednesday program. May God Almighty bless you all and keep you all safe. May God Almighty unite our hearts as one, and may God Almighty guide us on the straight path. I thank you, and I say goodbye.